Welcome back. In this video, I'd like to share with you a new topic. It's about metaphor. You can use metaphor and idioms, to speak more fluently in English. This is the topic I want to share with you. Using metaphors to speak English more fluently. You know what a metaphor is? I'd like to show you how English speakers commonly use metaphors in everyday conversation. Metaphors make our language more interesting and beautiful. I give you many examples of metaphors and show you how they are used. We will share some easy metaphors like busy bee or melting pot, and even show you an extended metaphor written by Shakespeare. If you are learning about metaphors in school, it's also important to understand the difference between metaphors and simile, and to know the definition. Practice this expression and use them when you are speaking to a friend of yours and in an English classroom. We are going to look at metaphors which are a different way of using language, but these metaphors are used a lot in everyday life. You could also call them idioms. They are a little bit like idioms, and there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. But I just want to mention that there are metaphors and similes, and they are similar in a way, but a bit different. So a metaphor says that one thing is another thing. So, for example, you may say, "Thanks for helping me, you are an angel." An angel is supposed to be a good person who helps people. But you are talking here to an ordinary human being and calling them an angel because they are helping you or they help you. So you are saying you are an angel, so you are equals an angel. So in a metaphor, it's saying something is or something is something else. The other type of style of speaking is called a simile. And with the simile, you don't say that A is B. You say A is like B. So with this one, you'd say you are the previous metaphor. You can say you are like an angel or you are as good as an angel. But with the metaphor, you are an angel. So that's the difference between metaphors and similes. So let's concentrate on metaphors. Thanks for helping me. You are an angel. If someone helps you, you could say this metaphor to somebody if they help you. Thank you, you are an angel. It's a nice compliment, a nice thing to say to somebody who is helping you. Another example, the second one. The people in that club are just a bunch of sheep. The people in that club are just a bunch of sheep. A bunch, that's just a sort of a casual, informal word. A bunch, it means a group. A group of people. You can have a bunch of flowers. That's the normal use for bunch. Bunch of flowers, several flowers held together. But this is people who are being called sheep. They are not literally sheep. People are not sheep. Sheep, as you know, are animals. People are humans. But this is saying the people in that club are a bunch of sheep. They are behaving like sheep because what sheep do, they all stick together, they all stay together, and they all follow each other. They all do the same thing. So this happens with the people sometimes. They don't have their own independent ideas. They just copy what everybody else does. So that's the meaning of this metaphor. The people in that club are just a bunch of sheep. This one is probably more for a positive thing to say to somebody. The next one, what I'm going to share with you, is you are such a busy bee. You are such a busy bee. It maybe sounds a bit patronizing perhaps, but if someone is really busy, you can say they are a busy bee. And the two bees, busy bee, is a sort of a poetic thing. Again, but busy bee. The thing about bees is, you know, that the bees that buzz around, they are always busy. They are collecting pollen from flowers and going back to the hive, and they are making honey. So they seem to be busy all the time. So to call a person a busy bee is that they are also running around and doing things and being very busy and working a lot and never stopping. Here is another one. London is a melting pot of people and cultures. London is a melting pot of people and cultures. So, London is a melting pot. It's not really, literally, a pot with food in it. London is a melting pot means that there are so many people and culture in the city. The people and cultures are aren't be thrown into a pot. London is a city, just contains a lot of people from different culture coming from different countries. Here is a good one from if you are working in an office or somewhere and you have some ideas and you tell them to your boss, for instance, I had some good ideas, but my boss shot them down. I had some good ideas, but my boss shot them down. So, to shoot something is like with a gun, shooting noises. All these good ideas that you've just produced and your boss doesn't like them, or he doesn't like you maybe, but he shoots down your all ideas and they come falling to the floor, obviously not literally. Again, it's not literally true. It's just a picture in your mind, like your boss with a gun shooting down your idea. So he doesn't like any of your ideas. He just shoots them, destroy them. So you had some good ideas, but your boss shot them down. Another one. My head is so full of problems, it's spinning. To spin is to go around and around and around like that. While your head can't literally be going around and around and around because it would probably kill you if that happened. and after one, two, or three turns, you'd be dead. So it can't be true literally. It's just a picture in your mind or in your head. All these problems inside your head is making it feel. Okay, so it's not literally true, it's just an image, it's a picture. Now there is another slightly different one. This one, a dress has a very loud pattern. Maybe like my shirt, it's a loud pattern because there are stripes with different colors. Sorry. It has some stripes. Imagine you have a scarf with a slight pattern and stripes. It has some stripes and some slightly different colors, but I couldn't call that a loud pattern. If a pattern is loud, it means that it's very strong, lots of different colors and shapes, something really strong. So loud, it's not to do with the sound in this case, it's to do with how it looks. So loud and soft for music, yes, but for a pattern, a loud pattern. Another one, the next one. People are flocking to the pop concert. People are flocking to the pop concert. Now, the metaphor here is this word flocking, and it goes back to sheep because the collective word for sheep is a flock of sheep. So when you see sheep running across a field, they are all in a bunch. Like we said, bunch of sheep. But the proper name for that bunch is flock. So if people are flocking to the pop concert, it's like they are sheep again. And this scene can be seen also in a stadium, for instance, in San Siro Stadium, because people are flocking, to reach their place. We are back to ship, so it's a little bit metaphorical, if you like. They are not just going, people are going to the pop concert, they are flocking in big groups, all going to the same place. Right now, this is about two people who were the new metaphor. It's about people who were used to be friends, at first, but then things turned sour. At first, they were friends, but then things turn sour. Now, usually in the literal word, things that turn sour are things like milk, for instance. If you leave milk too long outside of the fridge and you test it, probably it's horrible. You know, that sort of a cheese taste, but a sour taste. Not very nice at all. And this has the same idea. Two people who are good friends to begin with at first, but the things turn sour. It goes wrong. Something goes wrong. And they are not friends anymore. Maybe they had an argument, they disagree, and things turn sour. And let's end with quite a famous quotation from Shakespeare. Personally, I like quoting from Shakespeare. He's one of my favorite writers. And what he said in one of his plays, he said, all the world's stage. He's talking about the theater. because he wrote a lot of plays. He was a man of the theatre. So he's saying all the world is a stage. Wherever you go, not just in the theatre, but everywhere, because people are acting in some way. And all the men and women merely players. Merely means just players. And players is another word for actors. They are just actors. He's saying people just act their part, even if they are not in the theatre. They are playing a part in some way. To be precise, it's not Shakespeare saying it. It's one of his characters. It's one of his plays. He's saying it. So it's a bit different. So it's just one person's opinion in the play. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exit, they go off, and their entrances. They come in, they come and go, and they come and go, and they do what they do. They say what they say. And this character thinks they are acting just in a theatre. So this is what's called an extended metaphor. Because we've got a metaphor and it's adding more and more ideas to it. All the world's a stage. That's a simple metaphor. But then say more in the same way, all the men and women are actors. They come in, they go out, they come in. So lots of different things that fit into that metaphor. I hope I've helped you to understand metaphors, the difference between metaphors and similes, whether you are studying English as a second language or as a foreign language. I hope this has been helpful for you and give you some more vocabulary as well. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now. See you next time.